It don't matter, D, if you can't find it. I think that you are good to go.
Alright, then you better just turn off his Wi-Fi, just let his actual service do it.
Need money? Yeah, I think you're good with your service. I didn't see any interruption, man. Maybe it's just up to the joint. I don't remember putting it on password. Is that a joint?
Lock on there, so I'm gonna change it maybe, because
Yeah, but probably
last time to you, but you gave it to me first. So I don't think I had a flag. So I'm gonna wait till, I'm going to see if I can hear it when y'all, go live.
Cause you was on the internet and on
Instagram?
Yeah. Cutting out shells.
Yeah. Probably gotta move it.
No, you gotta just put your finger. See, I know how to work your phone button. Live.
I'll press it.
See what's in the joint.
Oh yeah, you watched that Tekashi 6ix9ine interview over that? That is crazy. Can I put my glasses back on? You good? Yeah, just come on a little bit because Matt move a little bit and then D move a little bit.
Open it up.
Make sure yours is
No.
it's off center.
Oh, center.
I just want to get some more center a little bit. Oh, I see your mom in there. Turn my mic off. Oh, yeah, turn your mic off. My mic is off. Always too many mics. No,
you gotta keep it going.
I probably got to turn it over. No.
I'm good.
Okay, it's had feedback. Yeah, now it's good. Let's try my camera. Alright. We need to see. Okay, here we go. All right, we're back for another night therapy with the GHL boys. Tonight we're just gonna.
Before we get started, I was gonna say one thing. Sheldon is a habitual line stepper because he don't let the GHL hide on again today. He got the Mac Dirty Down hat. Habitual line stepper, that's all I gotta say. Now go ahead. He ain't line stepper too. I can't spare him because he's my friend.
Oh, no, listen, I'm supporting.
Say hi, go ahead, shout me out.
I'm supporting the homie Eric, you know what I mean? That's my guy from work, you know what I mean? His brand right here, Hustle to Survive, you know what I mean? Repping the brand on the night therapy, so, you know what I mean? Shout out to my boy Eric.
See, we support everybody out here. Close hand can't get fed.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
We all gotta work together.
Tonight we're going to have another discussion, in regards to men's mental health, some of the things to watch out for, some of the situations that you're going to come in contact with. My man D had a very, very good topic earlier, and
We'll get into that later, you know what I'm saying?
You sure we get into it later?
Yeah. Y'all wanna start?
I say y'all start. So,
No, we can start with it now. Go ahead, finish introducing it.
all right. So at the end of the day, a lot of times, this night therapy is about a lot of different topics, and all of it is going to basically be around things that we come in contact with that could emotionally affect us, mentally affect us, and this is a thing that happens a lot. And go ahead and introduce the topic, man.
Yeah, so I was talking to one of my peoples earlier today, you know what I mean? I asked these two guys a question, and now I want to ask y'all a question. How would y'all feel if y'all was dating someone for a long period of time? I just say for a few years, it don't matter, just a long period of time, and you had a homeboy, you know what I mean? So the relationship that you in wound up ending, and then one of your homeboy that you're close with, I ain't talking about associate, I'm talking about a homeboy, and he starts to try to kick it to your ex-girl after y'all broke up. Like, how would you take that? So I asked both of them the question, and they both had the same answer, but if y'all want to get into it, they can get into it.
You know, I'm saying, handle my mama. Come on, bro.
Say hi right here. Hi, mama.
Hey, mama.
I can take hi to mama. Mama, Sheldon said he don't want me to take hi to you.
She heard the whole picture.
No, Sheldon said he don't want me to say hi to your mama.
Yeah, so,
You see this?
Somebody right there?
so that was the question that I asked both of them. They both gave me the same answer. I had the same answer as well, but if y'all want to get into it, y'all can go from each one of y'all perspective.
Who met first?
So the reason why we're talking about this as well is just like when you get a certain age, you start to experiment, you start to understand who need to be in your circle, who don't need to be in your circle. And that's how you actually cause yourself a lot of grief by not having that discernment. You try to keep people around you that shouldn't be around you. That's why we're talking on certain topics. At our age now, we know like what's the moral, somebody moral compass, who needs to be with the crew, and who don't need to be with the crew. So like for me, it's a no. The reason being is because 1 billion girls to 500,000 guys. There's a lot of people that you go out there and talk to. There's no reason for that friendship to be violated in that way because your man's dealt with somebody intimately, right? And now somebody that was with him, think about it. You dealing with a girl, right?
Yeah.
When you deal with a girl, you'll have ever talk to a girl you ever talk to?
No.
Look at them. I see them, but I don't see them as somebody that's gonna be attracted to me or somebody that's gonna look good to me for the simple reasons because you my friend.
Exactly.
And that's your wife.
Yeah.
Not physically, but
Y'all together at the moment. Y'all together. Yeah.
So at that time, my lens towards her turns off because that's who you brought around the circle.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I know her through you.
Absolutely.
So the thing about it is like you can't be around. I feel as though somebody that will say yes to that question is someone that don't need to be around you because that's somebody that basically still eggs at your house. What I mean by that is if he plotting on her, because that's what it is, he's plotting on her because he's not just talking
While
about
you're with her.
while you're with her.
Yeah.
What else are you plotting on? You know what I'm saying? He might be plotting your demise. And it might not be that serious, but watch you take the chance.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's kind of like what I was telling Cheryl, like when I asked him like when you had go get your stuff, like I asked him the question and I was like I look at it like, just like you said, he was plotting from the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Like he never he wasn't your friend. He wasn't your friend. Like he might have had he might have been what you call associate, but I can't look at
From
you.
wolves and sheep's clothing, man.
Yeah, like I can't look at you like you really was a genuine friend because you see me dating this specific person for a long period of time, and then we go through like a little turmoil, we take a step back, and then you try to slide in, like Paul.
My little situation is like this. You already know how I feel about it. I feel the same way, man.
But nah, share with the people, share.
Yeah. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, if it's a stranger that does it, I can care less. But somebody in my team that knows who, so you already know, if you're on my team, then you know how I feel about this woman. You know that, I don't care if I was with her for a year, 5, it don't matter what time, if I'm claiming her, then you should already know how I feel about it. I probably had conversations with you about her.
Absolutely, true.
So for you to turn around and then, after I break up with her, you wanna deal with her and all that kind of stuff, it just, that's what we call dirty macking. Like,
Yeah,
dirty
absolutely.
macking. So I got the Mac truck, I said, I'm just gonna talk about this thing, this is dirty macking. So at the end of the day, it's like, you don't have respect for me if you do something like that, and you never was my real man if you're gonna do something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's something where it's like Matt said, there's too many women out here for me to have to go to somebody who you used to deal with. It's too many women out there.
Absolutely. So what I want to ask is, like, to bring it back to men's mental health. You think that'll cause a crash out?
Okay, 100% cause a crash out because I told you I wouldn't crash out if it was my ex. I just wouldn't deal with you no more.
Yeah.
But you also have situations where people will deal with somebody that you're currently dealing with. So your girl will cheat on you with one of your mans. That's where the crash out is going to happen. With me, it would. You know what I'm saying? If I find out that you're dealing with my ex, I'm not going to deal with you no more. I ain't going to crash out because I'm currently not even investing in her. So I'm going to be mad.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to crash out. But if my girl would cheat on me with a stranger, I'd be mad, but I'm not going to crash out and do nothing.
So you're saying
If my girl cheats on me with one of my mans,
yeah.
that's what crash
Somebody
out's
can
coming.
consider as a
That's what the crash out's coming. And now it's like, you know who this girl is for me. And she wrong for cheating on me, but you're even worse because I probably confided in you about my shorty.
You done gave him ammunition.
You hating her. Yeah. So now it's like I feel extra played, and I would hope that my emotions would allow me not to crash out. But that's the time period where you may not be in control of your own emotions. How do you feel? How do y'all feel about that?
I say, with men, we don't already have a circle of people that we can go to with our issues and our problems. And then like in that, like see, too, y'all really my only friends. That's how men do. You know, you might have 3, 4, 5 friends.
Yeah, small.
Actually would share something with. I got a lot of associates, but not a lot of friends that I actually tell my business. You know. So what happened is that that's why I said that part is so egregious because you already have a small circle as being a man, period. And then if you allow somebody to come into that circle and to be able to change your friendship circle and remove another individual from your circle, that's not the crash out for you. That's crash out for both of y'all. Because at the end of the day, a lot of times relationships are going to end.
Right.
So that means that you lost a vital piece of your circle. He lost a vital piece of his circle just for a casual encounter, more than likely. More than likely, it's not going to end anything serious. It's going to result in years. And now that you were missing a piece of your puzzle, now you might only have 3 friends, now you're down to 2. You know, and as men, we got our responsibilities. We got bills to pay. We got a girl to take care of. Your girl want to do something. We always talk. You're always busy. You always got something to do.
Yeah.
So now what happened is now the 2 friends that you got that stop you from the 3 friends you got that stop you from the crash out. One of them might be available. 2 of them might be busy. Now you got 2 busy, and now you go crash out because you don't have
you don't got
that.
you don't got that extra.
So why is it worth it? When there's 1 billion girls walking around here that don't got no man.
I agree with both of y'all. Like, it's too many women out here for me to, you know, like, look at your girl or look at your girl. Any of the friends that I have women, just like I told both of y'all, I look at you, like, if y'all have women, like, I look at them like, oh, you sis. Like, I can't even look at you, like, in an attractive way no more. It's just like, oh, you sis. And then, just like I told you, like, if they broke up with you, then they broke up with me too. Like, it's like, it's over. Like, ain't nothing for me to kick it with you no
I
more.
remember when there was a specific girl, I won't put her name out there, that Matt was dealing with that was trying to kick his back, and I straight hit him up, like, yo, she just reached out to me, blah, blah, blah. What you want me to do?
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I did see.
But we got somebody else in the circle
That did
that did the opposite. And
that you knew for longer.
yeah, and I was having a secret conversation back and forth,
Mhm.
and I found out, like, you know what I tried to do? I had to eliminate him out of the group. He thought I was being like over dramatic about it, but I was like, bro, if you do that, you set me up to get killed.
Well, and the thing about that too is.
No, wait. Like, pause there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, mentally, what did that do for you? Like, when you knew, like, oh, you trying to do some backdoor pause.
That
Like,
was a tough one for him. I ain't gonna lie. That's one of the tough one for me too. I ain't gonna lie
because I had to experience that, so like that's why I asked that question.
You know what? I think certain people in life do things for people, and they don't expect nothing back or want nothing back. But the bare minimum is loyalty. You know what I'm saying? And when you do something for somebody like I did for him, you know, in different ways, you know, he was fighting different illnesses, and I was helping him with that, even preparing food for him and all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Going to the gym with him, and when you put that much effort into somebody, and the only thing you require is not it to be back in return, but just for them to be like a stable place and like, all right, cool, I know he ain't going to violate.
Yeah.
So when he did violate, that actually made me more bitter, and it was like, all right, cool, even the friends I got, I'm gonna look at them twice, and I'm gonna dwindle that down. Because when somebody is disloyal for no reason,
That's dangerous.
that's dangerous.
Yeah.
And when they're disloyal, and you sit back and you can't find where the disloyalty came, like, all right, I did this, I kept it solid, this, I helped them with this, and now this happened. And that's something to your brain, because you're trying to figure out where did it go wrong and why.
That's why I actually mentally, like, what did that
I
happen?
learned a lesson though.
But from that situation or just period?
Well, not from that situation, because I kind of learned this lesson before that even happened. That's why I knew how to move in that situation.
Okay.
Like, your morals, you can know somebody as long as you want to know somebody, but your morals are your morals. So that means that even if I person knows you, if my morals are not to be this way, that's what my morals are. You can know somebody for 20 years, and it doesn't matter. If they are a type of person, they're gonna be that type of person.
Yeah, eventually.
And I've learned that
Eventually.
inside of my own circle. Like inside of my own circle, you know, I learned that you can. There's certain guys I know. Like I know you probably a long time, but I know where that loyalty, like how far it gets me with you.
Yeah, how you got.
And I know the people that listen. I'm keeping down with you. Like I got some. Like I got like a handful of good brothers that's like, but I'm gonna keep down with you. I hang with y'all more. I hang with y'all more. There's not anything wrong with them or anything like that. When I got with y'all, I felt the moral compass of y'all. So that's why we can hang together like we and homies. Like I didn't grow up with y'all, but guess what? It feel like I grew up with y'all because we all have the same moral compass. So sometimes we allow people in our lives that have been around for so long to just keep being around us when these people should have been out of our lives. And sometimes it takes a situation like that for you to be able to see it, like, oh, because it's probably something that happened throughout life where you might have seen like a red flag, maybe. I don't know, because I don't know.
I can't recall.
You can't recall. All right, so then, you know, sometimes just.
But you know what happens? A lot of times when you are on a certain path, and I know we're gonna get to where we need to get to, that comes along with growing pains.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, as a man, even in the Bible, what happened? Abraham had to wander in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights, I think it was, right?
Something like that.
Anything that you have to accomplish, even with when Jesus died for our sins, you have to go through pain. So it's already set for a man to be able to go through pain, you know what I'm saying, to be able to accomplish something. So information and come pain. When you go in the gym, you work out, you're losing that weight, right? Does it feel good or is it painful?
Absolutely not.
Alright, cool.
Especially diet.
Being fat, being out of shape, eating what you want, that feel good. Think about this, eating food that tastes good, it ain't good for you. The two that tastes nasty, what? it's good for you.
It's good for you.
So everything requires you to be uncomfortable in order for you to change for the greater good.
Yeah.
So like with that, as a man, you gotta learn like, all right, cool. I feel uncomfortable in this moment. I feel bad in this moment. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna outlast the pain. I ain't gonna let the pain take me out. You know what I'm saying? That could be you getting up and accomplishing a goal. It could be a physical goal. It could be a mental goal, school, education, a job,
Yeah,
whatever the case may be. Just focus your energy every day by day on something else, not on the trauma and the pain, but try to take that pain and use that as fuel to be able to get to you where you need to get to. You know what I'm saying? So,
I agree with that definitely, man. Because you know, you gotta take faithful over few. So
yeah.
that's like that's a big saying that I hear a lot, man. Like you gotta put your energy into like positive things and like because negative things happen every day. Like I'm gonna be honest with you, like every day you wake up, negative things happen. Like but you just gotta be like have right mental space to like keep it like pushing and staying positive. Like just like you said, surrounding yourself around people, watching positive things, listening to positive things. So, I mean, that's definitely a known fact.
Absolutely. So, well, it's safe to say we all in agreement about that situation.
It's a violation.
We wouldn't be friends if we disagreed on that part.
Yeah,
Like I said, there's certain things that we could disagree on. It's like everybody has an opinion, but certain things like that, I always say to you, there's like mistakes, and then there's like moral, like moral disagreements.
Yeah.
I can't have a person that I have a moral disagreement with because now you could hurt me because your morals and my morals are not the same. A mistake is different.
Yeah, we're not aligned.
We're not aligned with that. Anybody make a mistake, but there's certain things that are like mistakes. So a mistake, like, oh my bad, I was late to your party, or my bad, I overslept and didn't get to do this I was supposed to do for you, something like that. That's like a mistake. And then there's moral things like, oh, I tried to talk to your girl, or oh, I tried to take money out of your couch. It's moral things. It's more. There's moral mistakes, and there's like regular mistakes. I can't have nobody that's morally at this age that I'm at now. I can't have nobody around me that morally can do something that can hurt me.
I think like being mentally strong and getting yourself to a mentally strong base is you getting comfortable with saying no. And you getting comfortable with removing people out of your life that violate. I ain't saying this because we got some people that be talking.
No, but that's a real thing with the no thing because I think like I don't know. I'm gonna say I only can speak for me. Like at some points I do have a problem saying no. Like sometimes it's like
what?
Not like like say somebody it could be offending them or something. They can ask for something. Like it's like I know I don't want to do it, but then I just like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like so sometimes I do find myself in those type of moments where it's like it's hard to say no.
There's certain people it's hard for me to say no to. I've definitely been using the no word a lot because I've been misused in the past because I didn't know how to say no. Just say yes, yes, okay, yes, yes, okay, yes, yes. And then all of a sudden it's like you run yourself thin while other people are benefiting, but
and all actuality, when you're looking at it,
but if you ask them for anything, it's like, oh, I can't do this, oh, I can't do this. I had something to do too, but I still did it for you. And now yeah. And I've gone through that many times in my life, so now it's like certain people gonna get the yes because it depends on how you show up for me. Like it really just depends on how you show up for me. Like that's where I'm in life now. Like y'all, I know I hit y'all phone up for any situation. Y'all already proved yourself to be that.
And that's crazy. We don't take advantage of each other like that. Ain't that so?
But that's what I'm saying. But like I said, I've had to call Matt for a situation and he held me down and all that kind of stuff. All that kind of stuff. Because like at the end of the day, it's like at the end of the day. But then you got cats who you'll break. They'll get you to break your back trying to help them with a situation, but you asking for something that don't cost no money, don't cost no nothing. It's just like
it don't cost nothing.
You just don't feel like doing it, so they just don't want to do it. But it's like, okay, you would want me to inconvenience myself for you, but switch around, it's like all these excuses in the world that I could have used on you. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of taught me how to be like, you know what? Because my heart, I never want to see none of my boys in a situation, nothing like that. But it comes to the point where it's like some niggas gotta get out how they live.
What do you say about this? Do you think the word no is respected when a man says it. I think men are demonized when they say no. When
Wait.
you say no, you
Okay,
cheat,
finish.
right? When you say no, you don't care. When you say no, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. When you say no, you're not being a man. Because the word no is, I feel as though the word no is viewed differently when we say no, it's not viewed the same way as if a woman say no.
So you're saying
No, that's what I was about to
saying
ask
no
you.
to a woman, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Who you saying no to? Because if you're saying no to a man, it's just like no, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying as
You're
far
talking
as
about the
what
opposite.
even
Yeah,
I
that's
would
what
say
I'm
women kids. If you say no
It's
to
hard to
women
say no to
kids,
kids. It's hard to say no.
No, it ain't.
It's hard to say.
if you say look, if you say no, and what I mean by that is that sometimes your children is placed in a position where they can be leveraged. And now it's like if you say no to me, or you might be with a woman and she have children, and you say no to us, that means that you're not being a man in the household.
It's a situation, yeah.
No, a lot of people go through that.
That's definitely-
A lot of people go
that's
through that
definitely-
when the
that's
opposite
definitely
sex
something.
use the child as a weapon.
Yeah, that's definitely something that, yeah, I mean, that definitely happened, and the thing about it is, the man's supposed to be Santa Claus, right? So, when you sit on Santa Claus' lap, you ask Santa Claus for the wish list, and you're supposed to get it because you're the superhero in the house, right? So, a lot of times with that stipulation, it puts the man in a situation where that's the reason why we have a lot of stress on us. People turning gray, people stressing because you're expected to make everything happen. If the opposite sex can't do it, then a lot of times it's just like, hey, I wasn't able to do it. The same person, like my shorty, right? When certain things happen where she's not able to do things, like I've seen her really break her back to try to, give them the Christmas that they need, and all kind of different stuff. But outside of people like her, I've seen women be able to use the no word and it's supposed to be respected. While if we use it, it's like you're a failure because you had to use no, or you ain't the woman.
Or you couldn't do it at the
You
moment.
said no. So I know you're talking about. It's true. It's true. It does happen in a lot of
Or
situations.
word that floating around now in the atmosphere is like, I don't want a man that's genuous.
Generous.
All right, now, what's the definition of generous? I need to know that. What's the definition of generous?
So the definition of generous, I'm do saying here so I can be crazy now, because I was probably crazy when I'm here. It's like my mom would be here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can see who's on both of them.
Yeah.
So pretty much, generous, the real meaning of generous as far as what it means now.
No, I'm talking about what it means now. I know
it means now,
I know the basic. I'm talking about what it means now.
Right now?
Yeah.
What it means right now is I want to have all access to your funds and your investments
Okay.
while probably giving you minimal in return.
Now, do we agree that that's fair?
Of course it's not
Not fair at all.
fair. Of course it's not fair.
So, what do you mean? What do you think somebody? Do you think somebody really? And this is create discernment for men that's younger than us that's growing up, because these things are being put out there and it's saying like, all right, I want you to be giving, right? I want you not to cheat, right? And they're saying this right out front because some people now.
Now, what you mean they stand it out front? Like when you just meet them, or?
They saying it on dating apps.
Okay, I see.
They saying that on different social media platforms.
Yes.
So
they want you to be generous. They don't want you to be cheap. They want you to be giving.
So because you're the one that's actually in the dating field right now, you're going to have to really pull us up to speed of what's really happening. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, so when you meeting women now, they really sitting down with you on day one of the date, like, yo,
oh,
you
no,
provide?
you
I was about to
both know. You both know I don't play that.
So, no.
No, but what he asking you is
But
like,
what I'm saying
how
is,
they come in?
I see profiles
Oh.
and they saying like, oh, I want to be with a giver.
Okay.
I want to be with somebody. they are very careful in defining what they want. They don't say it outright. It's like, I want to be with a giver, or I want to be with somebody that spoils me.
Yeah, spoils you, right? But they never say what they're gonna do though. Like it's
Yo, that's what I want to. That's what I want to get down.
So what I'm trying to say is that
he's doing that.
I'm Sheldon now. What I'm trying to say is that I want to start creating a new wave of people that can have discernment and understand. Bro, I don't care how she looks. If she starts to say that kind of verbiage, you're gonna put yourself in a bad mental space because nothing that you do is gonna be good or is gonna be good enough.
And right there is the point that I tried to make to you the other day. That's why I said we have to see the red flags from the rip so we can do exactly what you said. Avoid what it always shows. If you see her profile say, "Yo, almost like
I need to give her. I need to give her."
Don't even play yourself.
Look. It's
You just
levels.
makes this mistake.
It's
So
levels.
what's the level?
That's what we call a sophomore gold digger.
That's what?
A sophomore gold digger.
A sophomore gold digger.
She didn't graduate to a senior.
So it's a freshman gold digger. We need
freshman
you gotta see the beginning. Like we need to know the level.
If somebody just comes straight up, she's like, oh, I want a sugar daddy, blah, blah, blah. That's a freshman because she ain't gonna never get nobody rocking with that.
Okay.
Unless she was gonna be straight out selling what she ain't supposed to be selling. A sophomore that took that round, but hold on, I know what that's gonna give you. And then you got junior and senior. See, Shell's like, what's the basketball player name? We gonna say, what's the basketball player kid name?
I don't know his name. I just knew it. It's sad.
Oh, you're talking about the situation we're talking about.
Yeah, the NBA young boy, child mother. She was already on there, and we're gonna start putting clips on. Like,
You know his name?
I don't even know. I think it's DEJONT.
DeJounte.
So she did a whole clip, and I got the clip. We're gonna post it in there. But she said that having someone that gives you everything that you want, and you being in a house in a gay situation, is not what you girls think it is. That's what why that. That's why I said protect your peace. It doesn't matter how good you look if you are wrecked mentally, right? Because now where's the bar? The bar doesn't exist anymore. That means that you can't satisfy anyone anymore. If you're saying that if I do all these things right, I'll be a millionaire, have a successful career, I provide a great household, stable, don't cheat, do what I'm supposed to do, provide everything, and now you're saying that you're still not happy.
The bar doesn't exist, but it has to exist for yourself. So the bar in society exists down to the ground. But we have to have our own personal bar.
That's not society bar. I think that's just a bar. You know, what we talked about before in the podcast, Michelle got mad at me because I cut him off everybody. I'm still mad at that.
I'm tight.
Now look,
Everybody.
what I was trying to tell Shells is that I don't want to get people that are doing the wrong thing. I'm talking about this the other side, the female side. We give them too much evasion from accountability, right? Because if I wish when we get our whole set up, you can be able to do stuff like this. And I can point it to the camera. Girls was in that comment section all the way down, 4,000 or 5,000 comments saying, yeah, being a cat woman ain't, bro, what is it? First, a man is too broke. Now a man is too rich. A man don't want to be a family man. She said the man, oh yeah, when you're somebody got a lot of money because even though he's a good man, he want me to stay in the house all the time and be Sue's homemaker. But the man said that's what you promised him. And that's what I told you about a freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior player. She's a senior player. Because she told the man everything he wanted to hear. Probably told the man, hey look, I got my own business, I got my own money, I run my own Instagram, I got the break, and he fell for it. And it's okay, because everybody get got. And you're not infallible, so stop.
Who says infallible? What I am saying is, if I had a chick that was with Indian young boy before, I would not be trying to get with her now.
Bro, you don't
That's
know
what I'm
what
telling
you do.
you.
If you was that age, you got a lot of money, you don't know, bro.
I made my mistakes in my 20s, and I have.
And they older than he is. He's 20 something.
Listen,
Like 26.
I've made my mistakes in my 20s. There's certain mistakes I didn't make in my 20s because of the fact that maybe I'm lucky because I had some OGs to sit me down like, hey, brother, I still made my own mistakes. I still made my own mistakes.
I'm gonna say that.
Go ahead. Talk to you two. Talk to you two, man.
When Shell starts to do this means he's above it. Or he goes like this. These are all I would never make. These two movements, this is me that I would.
You forgot that.
Yeah, he just did it. He don't talk about this. He just did it himself.
No, these two
He just
movements.
Ray Charles the piano himself. See?
This one, these are the I'm above you movements. Remember me, Shell? He goes like this or like this. That means that he thinks he's above you.
I mean, I'm praying for you.
No,
I'm praying for you in real time. That's what that means.
I'm gonna say it's okay, young brother, make a mistake. You know what I'm saying? You did the right thing in life.
Listen, we young, bro.
You grind your whole life. You got a career. You can turn that grind into a hustle, so you can live life how you want to. But you just didn't have. You made.
Alright, it's over. I'm not doing this shit now.
You made a mistake.
Come on, basketball. Come on, basketball. My brother.
Go ahead. I ain't gonna say nothing. Go ahead.
No. DeJounte? DeJounte, let me say something, bro. Listen.
Oh, you took right there. You took right there.
You two, I'm talking to you two.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm talking to both of them simultaneously. This shade is right here, this shade is right
Okay,
here.
good.
Let me tell y'all something, DeJounte. In all seriousness, no disrespect to you, because listen, we've all made our mistakes. Trust me, as a young man, I made plenty of mistakes, and I've got my heart broken and all kind of stuff like that in my 20s and all that kind of stuff too. So I'm not above none of that. But what I am above is when something is right in front of your face, and you still think that you can change the outcome when everybody else can see the outcome. At the end of the day, can I take my glasses off?
Yeah, take your glasses off.
I feel like it's a little too harsh to talk to DeJounte. So at the end of the day, DeJounte, because I'm really saying his name, I don't want to disrespect him.
Watch his hands.
No, that's DeJounte. That's how you pronounce it.
All right, DeJounte. My brother, the fact that you're doing this, in fact, the fact that you knew this woman's past and who she was dealing with and what type of time she was on prior to you getting with her, with you being as successful as you are, I just feel like you found somebody else and kind of get away from somebody that's already kind of in the industry a little bit, in a different industry, but in an industry where you've already kind of got to see what it could be. You don't want to be mixing with nobody else's stuff. She already has a lot going on with her past situation. No disrespect to her, but at the end of the day, while Matt's taking his nap, I'm telling you some real shit. so I'm telling you some real shit. Because, buddy, I don't want you to crash out. I don't want you to feel like how you feel. Because you don't want to put paragraphs together and all that kind of stuff. Listen, you put paragraphs together because nobody's trying to hear you out, right? I understand that. And you need to be heard. But before you be heard, before you get to that point, let's start using our brain as much as we can. We're still going to make mistakes. I'm 40 years old. I'm still going to make mistakes right now. But there's certain things that we should never get caught up with. Especially you, because guess what? In your 20s, you're way more successful than I was in my 20s. Here right now. So you have even more to lose than what I had to lose. So because of that, I don't want to see the black brother lose his money and all that type of stuff and everything that he worked so hard to get because he just couldn't take a little of discernment and say, hey, I see Miss Shorty's past, I see what she got going on, let me try somebody else. Listen, you can try somebody else who doesn't have her past and they still can do it to you, right? But you may have a better chance than going with somebody who has that type of past. That's all I'm going to do. No judgment, but let's all do better, including me. That's it. Go ahead, man. That's everything wrong.
Wait. No.
You about to kick it?
No. Wait. We gonna let him talk. We gonna let him talk. But you had a good point.
Come on, last one.
He had a good point.
I wish I could say what I would have said.
No, don't say it.
But I ain't gonna say it. Cause everybody got their kryptonite. And I just want to name, I'm not gonna say like, Sheldon has kryptonite too. Do you want to try to act like maybe that was your kryptonite? Maybe that was your, but it was somebody named CK, you know what I'm saying? That's an influencer. That's Sheldon's kryptonite, you know what I'm saying? And if he wasn't,
I didn't like how you say my name. Say Sheldon.
No. Because you got the glasses on, you going like this, talking to the brother. Nah, he got his own kryptonite now. If he had the bag and he never met his lovely lady,
that's for him, though.
that's it. That's all I said.
It's crazy how you see his story is something like
Listen.
yeah, he just, you
That's not your story. You want me to say the name?
You are manipulation nation.
Do you want me to say the name?
It's a good relation, Davis.
Say it.
That's why.
That's why I don't fuck with him.
That's why. No.
That's why I fuck with him.
That's why.
I like that.
That's why. That was a little bit payback for calling me a movie.
But he is.
No, see, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm doing, because you did some slick little around the road and shit. I'm like, I don't like that at all.
Like y'all both got good points with that situation. But
Michelle, we
wait,
don't.
wait,
You can't get food at 20? Where's all my number? You can't get food.
No,
I can get fooled, but the thing is, there was nothing to be fooled by with her because of her. She already had.
Only thing I'm gonna say.
Any woman can fool you.
Only thing I'm gonna say.
But I'm talking about when you already know her past. I'm sorry, D. When you see her past, like if you see a chick, right? All right. Because maybe I'm not explaining it correctly. So I'm gonna explain it differently. D. Me and chick in the hood, she's bad as that.
Yeah.
She's right.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, one of the dudes you know,
She's messing with Rara. She got a baby by Rara.
Raggedy daggling her, all kind of crazy ways, and she outside all the time, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
They in some type of way, right?
Yeah.
And you see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you might still be
Nah, I bag her.
You might bag on some,
Yeah.
but are you gonna like her though?
Now, me personally.
If you would to say
No, listen.
Maybe I'm the wrong guy.
No, listen, me personally.
I agree.
If I'm in a situation like that, and I know she done got a baby with Rara, and I know Rara in wild, and I know she got like a wild history. Now, I might not wife her, but I'll put her under the deodorant, you know what I'm saying? And I cuff her up a little bit.
I ain't asking you to smack her.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'll put her under the deodorant.
Would you wife her up and get her pregnant and then be trying to make her housewife?
No, after I know what her situation, me personally, I'm talking about that.
That's your question.
I'm talking about that. Yeah.
We don't know this much about this lady.
No, that's what I'm saying.
He trying to act like he just got like. This guy's he did.
I'm channeling all the electricity from this.
Good.
This guy's he did. What rapper don't be this girls out there in the street?
It's not just one rapper. It's the rapper that she messed with.
Alright, so I see where Shells is coming from.
Obviously, you got smacked. You got 4,000 girls.
No, listen. I understand where Shells is coming from. But just like he said before, I wouldn't know because I haven't been in his situation with that type of bread, with that type of, you know what I'm saying? I gotta
But that would never do this.
Yeah, I ain't
I'll
going.
be crazy.
But look, I wouldn't know. I could say a whole bunch of stuff right now. I could say, oh, I won't do this, I won't do that, I
That's
won't
what
do
I'm
this.
saying.
But look, I don't have millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? With crazy house, crazy cars, I don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't be able to
And
say.
that ain't his cup of tea.
No, but listen, I won't. I
That's
in
why
that
he's saying all
situation.
this.
Because knowing me in that situation, I'll probably go buck wild. I don't know. Because I haven't been in that situation. But I won't get to the point.
Wild and white is two different things.
No, I'm saying I might have to go to rehab or something. I got that much money. I don't know.
Now you the Chinese and the kid together, you know what I'm saying?
But no, both of y'all had good points. I see where you coming from, and I also see where you coming from. But only thing we could do is just pray for the young brother. You know, it is a tough situation. But hopefully, mentally, he right. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, mentally, he right because that is a tough situation.
No. I do like that. I want him to be good mentally because at the end of the day, I don't want nobody killing themselves. I don't want nobody crashing. I'm saying all this because I'm tired of seeing.
Go for it.
Brothers destroy themselves once they get to a certain level, and then all of a sudden it just comes crashing down, bro.
So you said they reached the success and then
you get the success and then you throw it away. Like it's hard. Listen, getting into the NFL, getting into rap, getting to the NFL,
No, it's tough, man.
becoming successful is already hard enough to
It's
get
tough.
to a certain
It's
level.
definitely tough. Absolutely.
Let's not make it even harder by getting there and then losing it because we just couldn't say, hey, you know what? Let me.
Yeah.
And listen, you can pick one that doesn't be outside like that, and it's still.
Things can happen.
It's hard enough, right? So I can't say anything about those situations because any of us can fall for those situations. But when you have, like, I'm tired of seeing cats where it's like, all right, we all play football, right?
Yeah.
We all inside the industry, right?
Yeah.
And these guys be recycling the same women amongst each other.
Alright, but wait.
No.
Alright, baby.
They be recycling the same women amongst each other, and then one of them falls for just wifing her after knowing, oh, she was just with bro. She was just with bro. And now I finally get it, but you know what, I'm gonna be the one to marry her, and all of a sudden you find out she was chasing, like she chasing it.
Yeah, but I think they do those type of things because
They be sitting at the sideline chasing it.
No, but I think they go through those situations because they can't just mess with any old regular female. You see
Bro,
what I'm
you can
saying?
mess with a doctor, bro. You can mess
No,
with
no,
a chicken.
look, no, I understand that, but they probably recycle the same girls like that because those are the girls that's around that environment.
Bro, I hear you, and I've heard that before, but it's like,
I'm saying, I'm just assuming that's what I
it, bro. Like,
Well, we ain't part of that industry yet.
Different strokes for different folks, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the
it
day,
causes the same thing that we see, though.
but at the end of the day, bro,
Come take it up.
he's saying the woman hater. I would say this. I'm the only one defending because he act like people a leopard. He acting like he goes with the old ad-lib. A leopard can't change his spots. Everybody can grow, prosper, get better, and change who they are if they want to. No matter what type of trauma you went through, no matter whatever you went through, you will always change and get better if you choose
There's always
to.
room for growth.
You know, there's always room for growth.
Absolutely.
So at the end of the day, I can't say because somebody had a past in this, and man or woman, at this time, maybe, hey, look, at the moment, right, it was fun. Like, it's two sides of it.
Everybody got a pass, man.
Everybody got a pass, and sometimes, right, as
some
a
is worse
young
than
lady, if you have all of the visuals that we have now, go get this money, go do this, go do that, oh, mess with this one, mess with that one, do this, and they actually start to do that, then you cannot always be so harsh to judge people upon their actions when they did when they was younger, right? Everybody's allowed to grow, and if somebody comes to you and they want to generally change and be somebody better, you can't say you can't, because you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Everybody have opportunity. It was a point in my life where, you know, before I got married, I was talking to girls from everywhere, Germany, Australia, all kinds of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then when I got married and I chose that was going to be the only person for me, that's the person I stuck with, and I left her ass up. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that don't mean you can't change. If you choose to change, you know what I'm saying? So I don't ever put that on anybody. So the problem is that you have to be objective and look and see if the person really is going to change. And you look about not what they say, but what they do.
Yeah, actually.
That's the thing. That's the thing. As men, I think that as men, when we grew up, we didn't have a lot of words of affirmation. You ain't have a lot. Did you? I know.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
How? That wasn't the thing for me. That wasn't the thing for me.
And that's what leaves us open to be manipulated when we meet these ladies because they come in and they say, oh, you handsome, you look good. Oh, thank you for doing that. Oh, you
Boosting your ego.
They boosting your ego, but you never heard those words of affirmation from your own parents. You're not used to it, so it puts you in an uncomfortable place, right, for a second. But then you start to like it and say, you know what, damn, man, nobody never saw something like that. Dang, that made me feel good. And then from the words, like the actions, you fall for them, right? That's the human thing.
Hold on, so let me ask this question. So growing up, just asking both of y'all a question. Was it hard for y'all to take compliments? Like
It's hard for me how to take compliments right now.
I'm about to say it's the same thing.
They already know.
I'm like, oh yeah, what's up?
They already know it.
Word, Benji, man.
But not because when you touched on that, I'm just like thinking about like growing up, like when somebody
It's
give
hard to
you,
get gifts.
yeah,
It's like give me a gift, I'll be like, oh thanks, man. I'll be feeling weird, like
you don't know how to react.
I don't know how to react to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, because it was great that you touched on that point because I was thinking about it because I'm thinking about myself personally. Sometimes, no, not sometimes, all the time, it's hard for me to take compliments when somebody be like, oh bro, I like your shoes, or yo, I like that jacket, or a female be like, oh, you look cute. I'll be like, all right, then, you know, like I ain't over the moon, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, all right.
It's something that you don't look for. It's something that you weren't. It's not in your
Not
DNA
accustomed
because
to.
you didn't grow up. Affirmation. You didn't grow up. That's why in relationships that I had before, I had problems with giving those affirmations. A lot of people complained about that because, oh, you don't ever say I look good, or you don't ever say this or that. Because I didn't grow up in a household. My household was based upon they show love by doing for you, providing you a roof over your head, providing you with things you may need or things you may want.
Yeah.
That's what they did, or taking places that you may want to go. That's how they showed their love. They didn't show it through words. So that's a lot of times as men, right? We don't know how to be able to receive those words
Or express it.
or express those words, and then when somebody do come along that give you those great words. So that guy, the basketball player, right? He might have been doing great his whole life, and his mom and dad might not even really say, "Hey,
Nah, he had a rough path.
I'm proud of you."
He had a rough path.
Look at Terrence Crawford. What
Oh
did he say?
yeah, she.
His mom said, "You ain't gonna never be
You
nothing."
ain't never gonna be nothing.
You know what I'm saying? But he used it as fuel to be able to be a world champion. But at the end of the day, what happens when you meet an individual or a lady that say, "Hey, look, I believe in you." You know what I'm saying? I know you can get to where you need to go to. You know, you're the best. What's going to happen is that you're going to judge her off her words more than her actions. And that's how we mess up when we raise, like, watch why I tell my son. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of difficult for me to do, but I'll be like, "Hey, I love you, son." Or I text him and say, "I love you." Or "Daddy, love you." Or different things of that nature.
Oh, with my son, I give my son a hug. I give him, yeah.
So you're going to look for other places.
There's a thing that I do before, so he's with me, and in the morning time, when he gets up, he gotta give me a hug. When, at nighttime, before he goes to sleep, he gotta give me a hug. My son's 17 now.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
know.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I don't ever want him to feel like he can't have that, like, closeness with his father. Because, you know, a lot of times cats is always hard on their, you know, his son.
Nah, people was
But
scared of their
never-
fathers, bro.
But never wanna, you know, like have that close bond. You know what I'm saying? Of love. Like it's always enforce it. But you need to also know that it's love there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So that's
that
why I
one-
make sure. Like,
Yeah, that remind me. I don't know which one of y'all sent it to the group chat when I guess the mentor was talking to the little
Oh, the boy,
and he was acting like he was his father. And he was like, he was expressing to him like, you know, like I want
Jason Williams.
yeah, like and he
I
was
done had growing up.
yeah, exactly. So that was very powerful, man, when you sent that to the group chat. And I was thinking about that, like us living in the city, you know what I mean, growing up with single parents or even people with both parents, they don't get those talks like that from like when we was coming up. Like you don't find too many people that sat down and you like they father give them that intimate talk like that. You know what I mean? It's more like a manly talk. But he was being vulnerable then. And then he was expressing to him like, I don't know how to be vulnerable like that, but you know, work with it. That was tough and insane, you know what I mean? Like him playing the father, like being vulnerable like that. So that was very powerful, man. And cause I could just remember, I grew up with a single mom, like my mom worked all the time. So my mom gave me, like she'd tell you she loved you, she'd give you hugs, but you don't see it often, cause she worked 2 jobs.
Yeah.
So she out the house most of the time. So it's just me and my brothers, you know. So and then the only thing you turn to that you see love is friends or the
At that
OGs
time,
outside.
we don't know how to give the proper type of love. We tough love us.
Exactly. You know. Nah, I used to go to Matthew house when we was younger, and I used to see the family dynamic, but just how he explained, like they show you by. I mean, giving to you and, you know what I mean, like providing things, you know what I'm saying? So, and then his parents worked all the time, so it was like, you know,
I
so.
think all of us parents worked all the time.
Because that's,
Pops was at,
cause
yes,
that's,
my pops used to work at Caldors.
Yes.
So he was like, you know, he was up there for 18 hours sometimes. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, early in life, I didn't really get to get into sports because he couldn't take me. And then my mother was, you know, she was a singer and also a teacher, so she was always on the road.
Yeah.
So it's like that kind of gave me the opportunity to have free time to get the things that maybe I wouldn't have got into.
And I think
It's not their fault.
No. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not blaming them.
Like we
it's just what happened.
what we like blue collar, right? That's what we call it. Like
Blue collar.
working class. Like so I think that's why we work so hard because that's what we saw.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't extreme or nothing like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like you see that, so it's like nobody really sat down and got a chance to be like express themselves and then show you how to properly express yourself.
Yeah,
when you're going through something or when you're feeling something.
There were like sit downs of like one thing that like I said, my parents they instilled in me, they instilled love with God. Like, it was big for me to be a believer of God. You know what I'm saying? So I got my spirituality from them by them put me on all type of stuff and all that. But as far as like that, like me and my pops had like a deep conversation because, he was still trying to come at me, even at his age. And Yeah, it happens. And he did it like in front of my son. So my son's 17, I'm 40, my pops is, he's a young son, he's older, and he still try to have force with me in front of my son, and I had to check it. And that was like the first time that we had to have like a real heart to heart type situation. Cause I, I let him know that you've been doing this my whole life, and and that's not, it ain't work then, it ain't gonna work now. You know what I'm saying? So, but how he was raised, his father loved him dearly, but his father was always hard on him, thinking that on him would make him into.
He think that's the way fatherhood.
But it was the fear. The reason why he did that because it was the fear of what was going on. Like in this time period during the civil rights era and all that kind of stuff. Don't go over there because it can be your life. Especially because they grew up in the South. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a lot of time they were taught this fear, and if they give you enough fear to not do something, then you wouldn't fall into the hands of the people out there that's gonna try to lynch you, the KKK, all that different type of stuff. So all of it is the form. This is the same fear that was pushed. I'm not trying to be one of these guys, but I gotta be one of these guys. So all of this was the fear that was pushed during slavery. Just think about it. During slavery, you got to see your father get beat down and emasculated by the master. The master might have touched him up. Then the master might start looking at the kids. So there were certain things that was instilled. That's fear. If you're a kid growing up seeing your father be treated like this, and your mother be treated like this, that's instilling fear. So when that happens, you start to teach the kids after that, hey, listen, just try to keep your head down, don't cause no trouble, don't be no trouble, because you don't want to get, you don't get the master. And then now when slavery is done, and now you know out in the world with Jim Crow and civil rights, guess what? Don't you go out there and be no trouble. Not beat you. Where they get the beating from? They got the beat from watching the master beat their parents and their parents.
So they think that's the way.
So all we doing right now is just passing on the same type of fear and trauma that we started with in this country, again and again and again and again and again. And we still do it. I feel like our generation is probably the first ones trying to kind of break the cycle, but while breaking the cycle,
these new kids,
but
they
while breaking the cycle though, we also is creating new traumas.
Okay, so what do you think about this? The Testament says, spare the rod, spoil the child. So you're trying to say people sharing. As a man, right, you have to have, as a father, right, what I try to do is the fear of a whooping, I replaced it with the fear of disappointment, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
I do that.
That's how I did it.
I'll speak
But
to
just at the beginning of the day, you have to establish that baseline of fear. So how do you think people should establish the baseline of fear? Because a kid doesn't grow in. Well, he doesn't come from a seed, right, to a tree knowing what disappointment is, having a construct of disappointment. So how do you stop them from being that when they're still a seed growing up?
Well, that's what that's something that we got to, learn as we go because we're the first generation trying to do it. So at the end of the day, I can only tell you what I did. When I was lucky with my son, he didn't try to OD. He wasn't like an OD, always trying to throw stuff. He wasn't one of those. So it's I may have got lucky with that, right? But when he used to act up in school and stuff like that, I would sit him down and I would tell him, listen, why are you acting like this? And at that age, he wasn't able to really tell me, use his words doing like that. So it was I was trying to say.
But that's the conversation that you didn't have when you was
right.
Was to sit down
like
that.
Right. So then I started asking him, is anybody messing with you? Is anybody, are you sad because I'm not as, around as much because you live down there, with your mother and I'm up here? I started to just try to throw things out there to see if maybe he'll recognize through something that I'm saying. And sometimes it will work, and sometimes it'll be difficult. But I've never had to lay my hands on nothing like that. And listen, I'm not saying I'm against a little bit of a tap. If you got a tap. I feel like the whole taking the belt and just going crazy. I just feel like it.
I think we passed the times now.
No, not for everybody.
But you still got people that do that.
But the thing about it is that whooping don't work for real. All it does is teach him how. All it does is teach him how to deal with violence.
Well, I don't know, man. My mom whooped me pretty good a few times.
But you still was outside doing what you Tell me
Nah,
what.
you.
You still was outside the didn't stop me. It made you be like, all right, we'll
I
make
gotta
it
be
better.
more smart.
doing
Yeah,
it.
I gotta be smarter.
You know what? I think like, so for when I, not being older, right, and have like understanding like human psyche, the kids that was more physical, like that was like came in school and like always fighting, that was a learned behavior from their parents. So what happened is that when their parents got upset, the parents whooped them.
Mm-hmm.
So when they got upset in school,
They whoop whoever
they whooped whoever got upset.
Oh, that makes sense.
And that became a learned behavior.
You can't use your words because you're used to using your fists.
And then that would be
And
issued
people
as,
do that, they can't trust us.
yeah, and that would be issued as a learning disability. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? They put them in
yeah.
special ed because they
They
can't
try to get you on
like that.
meds. What was that, Ritalin?
Ritalin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Well, everybody written back then.
Everybody.
Listen, I was a Ritalin. I'm gonna
Me
keep it
too.
down.
Nah, me too.
We used to go.
My mom got me up off that
We
shit.
used to
ASAP.
we used to be in the line at Elmwood.
Yeah.
He was still, I was gonna tell him what he told him. Me, Abijah, the body, door.
You ain't got to put anybody else's name on it. Ain't got one of them Mike that knows some real.
Those are few.
What's the little Spanish joker? These people know.
Zubin.
Nah, what's the Spanish joker?
That was the name, Zubin.
No, it's another one. The Spanish joker brought out that I fought.
Well, whoever it is,
You real light skin.
it don't matter to me. Tell the story. Tell the story.
Whatever. So it was all of us. It was all of us, and we was standing in line. And they had like the one pill in a little plastic cup,
Yeah.
and then you had to drink the water. And you had to something like that.
Turn it on zombies.
So I remember, right, when I was younger, somebody hooked off me in class. Pop, 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 pop. And I couldn't move. Because you can't get mad. You can't get mad.
Turn on zombies.
So what happened was that I kept
to
on,
calm you down.
I kept on hiding my put on my tongue, and I know how to hide it. And then I collected it for like 2 months. And I showed my mother, like, look, I had a whole joint. I'm like, look, Mom, I don't need that to do good. And she told me I had to take it. But the thing about it is that what I'm trying to get down to is that nobody ever thought that their actions was making their children reacting a violent way. My mom used to be when my dad used to be, right? Not my mom, my dad used to be upset, you know what I'm saying, about other things inside life. You know, now I look at it, you know, he used to go off sometimes, like me and Derek coming out and
Wow.
go wash up. Like, he used to be doing saying crazy stuff, right?
Wow.
And as a young kid, I didn't understand why he was so pissed off. But then when I became an adult, I was like, okay, it's bills.
That's a lot, man.
It's,
It's life.
it's expectations of being a father.
Life is whooping our parents' ass.
Exactly.
Especially back then, man.
So what happened was that he didn't know how to deal with his emotions, and it became misplaced. You know what I'm saying? He misplaced them in a way where he took it out on me, right? Because at the end of the day, I and his son, we look the closest alike. So he wasn't happy with where he was at or what he was doing in life at that moment. And he would always like double back. Oh, come on, take your arm, push on, let's get some ice cream. Well, let's do this, let's do that. You know what I'm saying? So as an adult, when I got up and I get angry at people, you know what I'm saying? I gave the people like, you know what? I come on, I give everybody something. Give everybody something. Everybody want to eat out, won't eat on me. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know how to say sorry.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say my back, man. I ain't gonna do that, man. Only thing I know how to do is give, you know, when I'm
To show you,
to show I was sorry. I can't say sorry. So like, what I say to say this is like, at this ripe old age, and us knowing the knowledge, like I just want people to start to know, like, okay, cool. It's internally how you raising your kids. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it ain't no blueprint on how to do that.
I'm gonna keep it down.
you gotta keep working the system
Yeah.
until the system works through.
Yeah.
But I would say what he said before, is like first you have to establish a relationship where your kid look at you and don't want to dishonor your name. I don't say do it for your last name and for your first name. Because he look at that and he's like, alright, cool, you I told my son all the time, you a wingman, bro. Come on, we don't do
I
that.
say to myself, this is you at Jackson, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You the one that got my last name.
Yeah.
You know, my father only had one kid that was me. So,
Yeah.
with you, it's like, you got a lot hanging on your shoulders. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it ain't about, so it's like a lot of times, like right now, he's honor roll student in school, ROTC, he pride himself on being in suits and stuff like that now. So it's like I see he gets it now. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? If I was always trying to book his head every time, you know, so it's like I feel like our generation, once we learned how we were, and it's hard because I gotta give our generation some credit because even though there's some things where we dropped the ball on too,
a lot.
because we actually become the iPad parents. Man, he takes his iPad and go in the room. So I feel like there's a lot of things that we kind of like now place new obstacles that now that generation has to deal with. But at the end of the day, it's like trying to unlearn some of the things that have been taught and brought down. Like like you said, like I really be talking to my son. I really be having conversations with him instead of just being with him. Why you do that? You stupid. Why are you saying all of these negative things and putting your kid down when all that's going to do is make? Because listen, I'm keeping guys. My father loved me to death, but he used to come at me a lot, and then what ends up happening, I take that anger outside with me, and now
Somebody else got to feel it. Somebody else got to feel it. I got to make you feel how.
It's a different situation now. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm angry. Now I'm
acting
on some bad shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and like I said, I know he meant well because he worked hard to keep the lights on and to keep everything on. And listen, we didn't have to live. Listen, we lived in, like I said, we started off in an apartment in Orange, and all of a sudden we got burnt out there. Then we had to live in the attic, make that a home. Then we got burnt out there. Then we had to go to a room and live in a cot and all that. Like we went through some stuff, and he always. Yeah. So I understand that he went through his own drama and stuff like that. So it's the fact that now that I know how it feels to be raised in that situation, I have to do better when I'm in my situation now. You know what I'm saying? I don't fault him because if I was in his same shoes, I probably would not have been able to do what he did. Because it took a lot to do what he did.
No, that's what I'm saying.
So I give my pops respect. But I do understand that there's a different way to do it, and I'm doing it a different way. But again, I've been
just like you said, go back.
I made my own mistakes as well.
We got the knowledge now. We got the knowledge.
But a lot of us now is making our kids iPad kids, and now I'm starting to see a lot of these kids will know how to do technology and all that kind of stuff, but a lot of these kids lack common sense now.
Don't nobody go outside.
Don't nobody go outside, so everybody feels socially awkward now.
No, they are.
The kids now,
instead
of us all learning how to share, being in the same room, 7 to 8 of us trying to share 2 controllers. Now you at your home, so now everybody's inconsiderate.
Yeah.
Now you never had to wait because now you got your game, you in the
everything is convenient.
You gotta wait.
Yeah.
So everything has to be right now.
I remember we used to have tournaments. You gotta wait till he play. You gotta wait till he play.
Remember that podcast? I said instant gratification leads to long-term suffering.
Yeah,
and that's real because these kids now are getting stuff so quick that they start to panic and wild out when it doesn't come right away. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what about this? Oh, I'll look up on AI. I'll look up on this.
You ever seen a kid like lose his phone?
Oh, that's like.
Yo, they turn into straight junkie, bro. Like
Instagram went down for a day. Cats was talking about killing themselves.
Yo, especially with the X joint, when X went out, bro.
Cats ready to kill themselves behind it.
Yo, people was like, I lost my living, everything.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know a lot. So I can't even say you gotta.
You gotta.
Hold on. So what's the reason for that word? Even though that's a real word.
It's too graphic.
I guess it's the AI reason and shit.
That's too graphic, and this other stuff that be online like that?
You asking me, man.
The world we live in. Go ahead.
It's too graphic.
They're killing alive though. It's
Alright,
Nah, that's yeah.
Oh, nigga, man, I think I was doing perfect. Shut.
When y'all said this, let's set the table.
So, I think we did it, fellas. Unless y'all got something else to get off your chest.
No, but next week we're gonna talk about what we talked about in the house. The day with Ty.
So you talking about what you said at Ty's birthday party? Yeah.
No, yeah.
All of it,
I let my cousin. We gonna talk about this next week on Wednesday at 9.
Yeah, tune in. Make sure y'all tune in.
We will get it right at 9. We will get it right at 9.
So somebody was basically berating me because my mom chose to work with my dad, and my mom chose to work with my dad and also still assume her role as the woman on the
Yeah,
house.
don't give it all away. Just tune in next week, man. Tune in next week, man. Y'all get the full detail on it. You wanna close up?
And the Pandora was with him.
Oh man, listen.
No, he said no.
Listen.
He said I gotta say Pandora again.
Only thing
I wasn't gonna say Pandora, but he don't want to trigger it. Because he said, come on, you fair. He said, woman hater again, I didn't even say nothing.
He did say something.
And I got off.
Listen, love you guys, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Night Therapy community, man. Listen, man, come back next week. This time we're gonna get it right. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're gonna be right back next week.
We're gonna have the whole setup.
Yes, at 9 o'clock next week, Wednesday. Tune in, man. Love y'all.
Got everybody doing it.
Love y'all, man.
Oh, somebody shouting out D.
My boy got that figgity fig.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
That's I think, teach.
So you.